To electoral matters, the stage is set for the formation of the selection committee that will pick commissioners for the electoral body IEBC. The High Court has now cleared the way for Parliament to send names of 9 members of IEBC selection panel that will interview, shortlist and forward the names to the President for formal appointment. High Court Judge Dora Chepkwony dismissed a petition against the nominees of the selection panel for lack of enough evidence. Our reporter Grace Nganga followed these proceedings at Kiambu Law Court and filed the following report.
After months of court battles and claims of political interference that have delayed the reconstitution of the electoral body, the High Court sitting in Kiambu has given a nod for the selection panel nominees to be fronted to President William Ruto for appointment.
This court finds the petitioner has advanced insufficient evidence and grounds to warrant it to declare the overall process of constituting the selection panel as having contravened the provisions of Article 10, Sub-Article 2 and Article 54, Sub-Article 2 of the Constitution.
A move that has been hailed by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, who now wants President William Ruto to hasten the reconstitution of IEBC.
Already we're in a constitutional crisis because the boundaries review has not been done. And yet, under NADCO, we made specific recommendations.
By dismissing a case filed by Boniface Njogu Thursday, Justice Dora Chepkwony's orders issued in October last year, freezing submission of the names lapsed, meaning that the names can be gazetted, after which the work of recruiting new IEBC commissioners can start after Ruto's signature. The selection panel consists of Dr. Nelson Makanda, Fatuma Saman, Evans Masati, Nicodemus Kipchirchir, Andrew Tanui Kipkoech, Caroline Kituku, and Linda Kome. Nevertheless, the fate of Dr. Koki Muli hangs in the balance as there is a battle over her appointment at the Court of Appeal. Boniface Njogu, the petitioner, questioned whether the appointments were in line with Article 10 and 52(2) of the Constitution, which requires the state to ensure the progressive implementation of the principle that at least 5% of members of the public in elective and appointive bodies are persons with disabilities.
The petitioner has failed to demonstrate that any qualified person living with disability applied or was proposed for nomination but was overlooked. The court finds that, based on the material before it, the petitioner's arguments remain and stand largely unsubstantiated and uncorroborated.
The judge also rejected a petition challenging Azimio La Umoja's nomination process, noting that the claim that the coalition failed to conduct a competitive and open recruitment exercise could not be substantiated.
The minority coalition party, the very entity whose process the petitioner impugns, was not joined in these proceedings as a party, and therefore there is a rule against condemning a person without or an entity without hearing.
Judge Chepkwony's ruling is a landmark ruling, as Kenya was staring at a ticking time bomb because of its failure to restructure IEBC as the country hurtles towards the 2027 general election. Some of the key constitutional crises that have arisen that caused the crisis at the polls agency, IEBC, include the country's long-awaited boundaries review that was to be conducted in March of 2023, and at least 7 wards and 2 constituencies without their right of representation. IEBC has been operating without commissioners after the retirement of the chairman Wafula Chebukati and commissioners Abdi Gulie and Boyamolu, while Juliana Cherera and Justice Nyangaya resigned. Grace Nganga, KTN.
Sarah Wairimu Cohen will spend the next 5 days